Time games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We serve live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. With us, Brad Francis with us, Rod Zawacky, David Racey, Jay Briggs, and Brian Bitler. He'll have the lineup for this evening. Bitler, Racey, Briggs, Francis, Zawacky, then I will close this one out. All right, baseball on the board tonight. Got a game in progress right now. Dodgers up 13-5 on the Padres. That one's in the bottom of the sixth. That means we have 11 games on the board here in the prime hour. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Brian right now. He's got some actual baseball coverage for us today. We do have a rain out, by the way. Nationals and Phillies have rained out. We'll find out how they will. No word yet on how this one will be made up, but that's in the books right now. Phillies and Nationals rain out. Let's go ahead and bring in Brian Bitler, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Bring him in right now. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you, the Padres seem to be my team that always kicks me in the butt. Yesterday, they were my only loss, and today I was out to dinner, and I was up 5-0. Then a couple minutes later, I look back, and I'm losing 8-5. I'm like, son of a man. Yeah. So they don't seem to be going right for me. But, it was a pretty good weekend, 7-2. I'm going to try to keep the momentum rolling forward on Monday.
Yep, another over for the Dodgers. I think Rod was talking about that. I think Rod had that over today. Now 10 straight overs on the road for the Dodgers. They're hitting the ball, and their pitching staff is giving up a little bit of hits, runs as well. But tonight, this one tonight with the Cubs. Cubs have been playing good ball. Mets have been just free-falling. I mean, just free-falling. Let's see if home field wake them up. Mets favored -110, total of 9.
Yeah, this game, I really wanted to make it a premium play, but it just seems too easy for me. But I think it's worth at least a strong free play, and that's the Chicago Cubs on the money line tonight. As much as I'd like to talk myself into the Mets, I just can't do it, even with Kodai on the mound here. Mets have been virtually lifeless on the field over the last 6 games, losing all 6. And Cubs got a burst of confidence taking out the big bad Braves in that last series. Drew Smyly, although he has been hit hard lately, I think he can do enough to keep the Cubs in it for them to win it late in this one off the bullpen of the Mets. So I'm going to take the Chicago Cubs on the money line here, virtually low to no juice.
All right, we have Brian here on record here with the Cubs, about +102. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers here against the Mets team. Of course, the Mets team pretty much in free fall right now as they've been moving. Obviously, they've been moving players. Smiley's Cody Senga will go on the hill today. He has pitched well. Kodai Senga on the hill. He's pitched well.
I'm good at butchering names, that's for sure.
Well, he got his first name right, and that's what you did. But again, the Cubs actually, the Cubs bats have woken up. Look over their past 7 games, 291. Over almost 8 runs a game. And you have to be impressed about now. They put runs on Cincinnati. Cincinnati has been struggling. Their bullpen's been taxed because they lack really quality starting pitching. But what they did to the Braves is eye-opening to me.
For sure. The Atlanta Braves haven't been playing as great as they have the first half of the season, but they're still, 6-4, 7-3 over the last 10. So beating the Braves is no easy task. And I think the Chicago Cubs are going to be a contender for that wild card down the stretch if they can avoid the long cold streak, which the Chicago Cubs are known to be streaky.
Yeah, the Cubs getting the fans behind them. Was a lot of energy in that stadium here over the weekend, but now they got to go on the road and face a team, a downtrodden Mets team here. Cubs +102 against the Mets. This one to have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. 11 games on the board here for Major League Baseball. Brian having a fantastic Major League Baseball season this year. 1,433 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Verify that by going to Brian's handicapper page. Go to Pick History. You'll see all the plays up there right now. All right, we're heading into also a preseason week number 1 week with all teams in action as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I started working on my preseason football for Thursday, but as far as tonight goes, coming into tonight ranked number 2 in Major League Baseball at pickdogs.com. I got my Best Bet Titanium still available. $15 gets you that best bet over at pickdogs.com. 196, 155 and 1. That's a 56% hit rate on the last 353 $15 plays. So make sure you check that out. And I have a second play up for sale. I believe it's my late night money shot play. So 2 plays, 2 premium plays. I'm looking to sweep the board, but make sure you check out that Titanium play.
Titanium play from Brian Bitler, guys. Get on board with Brian over at Pick Dogs. Great results in Major League Baseball. Among the leaders right now, 1,433 units of profit. His $15 premium play is up on the board right now, as well as plays here, individual plays here in Major League Baseball as well. Of course, probably the best deal to do here on a Monday is get that 7-day all sports fast from Brian. Get all of Brian's premium plays for 7 days. His baseball, of course, covers entire week 1 of preseason football. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and those 2 games on Sunday are covered when you get that 7-day all sports pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Looking forward to seeing you on Friday. I'll have my boots out, ready to go square dancing, hopefully keeping the winning going, and looking forward to some preseason football this weekend.
Got it as well. Brian Bitler here on the drive through. Let's continue on here on the show. Time to bring in David Racey. Catch him over at Pick Dodge. More baseball coverage coming in here from David. We'll bring him in right now. I think we're set to roll here with David Racey here. Just get him here in just a second. Oh, we got him ready to roll. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. New series here for the Reds as they host the Marlins. We see the Marlins favored here, minus 133 on the road with a total of 10.
Yeah, both of these teams have really struggled recently, but I'm going to side with the Reds here with the plus money. Like I said, both teams have struggled. Cincinnati's lost 6 games in a row. They're only 1.5 back in that NL Central, so they're still fighting with the Cubs and the Brewers. That pitching staff has not been good. It's been a massive problem for them as they've allowed at least 5 runs in 7 straight games. Cincinnati has hit the ball well this year, which has saved them. But like I said, that pitching staff is just not where it needs to be. Tonight they're starting Brandon Williamson. He's actually pitched pretty well recently, as he's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 of his last 4 starts. Then we look at the Marlins, it's kind of the same thing. They've lost 4 in a row and 6 of their last 7. Their offense, though, has been pretty inconsistent this season. So they scored 3 runs or fewer in 5 of their last 7 games. The Marlins are starting Yuri Perez in this one, who has pitched very well for them this year, but he hasn't pitched in the majors since July 6th. They wanted to get him some rest, and they sent him down. So he hasn't pitched very much. So he might have some rust on him coming in here to face a pretty good Cincinnati lineup. So I'm going to take a shot here with the Reds as an underdog. I think this game could go either way, but I do think Yuri Perez will have a slow start as he gets back into the rhythm of things.
All right, David here on the Reds, plus 122 against the Marlins. Of course, Reds getting a lot of attention now with that streak, and of course this losing streak, but not a lot of attention here on this Miami team where they've had their struggles as well. Something that's bothersome with Miami is they really struggle against left-handed pitchers over the past 2 seasons, 16-40 against lefties, a minus 22 unit return over the past 2 seasons. They're only averaging 3.9 runs a game against left-handers. And you kind of look over the past 10 games, you think the Reds would have the worst bullpen? No, the Marlins have the worst bullpen with an ERA near 6 over that period.
Yeah, neither bullpen has been very solid. We could see a high-scoring game here, but I don't trust the Miami offense. I know they brought in some guys at the deadline, but I don't trust them. I trust Cincinnati's bats a lot more, and I'm going to just take the risk with that Cincinnati pitching staff.
There we go here. David here. I agree there. Total agreement here. David here on the Reds, plus 122 here against the Marlins. This one to have a start time here of 6:40 Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. 11 still on the board. 10 on the board for Major League Baseball. We do have that rain out tonight, by the way. Nationals and Phillies postponed to the rain. Dodgers up 13-6, top of the 7th. So it leaves us with 10 games on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've had a few solid days here for the MLB. I've had winning days in 4 of my last 5. Tonight I have my MLB 3-pack. I also have a premium play on the side that's also included in the 3-pack. So head on over, join me for the night, or if you're looking for some more value, check out some of my long-term packages. We got the NFL preseason coming up. I did win my sole wager on the Hall of Fame game, so that was a good way to start the preseason. But head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Check me out tonight or long-term, or pair me up with another capper. But either way, good luck tonight, and let's have a great Monday.
So I get great money and get a great week going with David Racey over at Pick Dogs. We're showing profit here over the past 7 days. So get on board. A 3-pack on the board right now, as well as that $19 premium play. Of course, it is preseason football week. If David's in action here with preseason, that'll be part of a long-term pass. Again, on Monday, we're going to say this a lot. 7-day pass is the way to roll. Monday through Sunday's action that covers the entire Week 1 preseason football. We got football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and all the baseball from David. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. You can also add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, David, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great week. We'll catch up with you next week. But, of course, we can catch your written content over on the websites.
Yeah, over at pickdogs.com, I'm one of the free pick article writers. So there's a free article tab. You hover over that. You can pick whatever sports you're looking for. Baseball right now, obviously, usually is posted about midnight, between midnight and 3 a.m. Eastern time. As we get into football, those games are posted 2 days in advance, so we get a little more time there. But head on over, check it out. It's a great source of information and data, and you get a free pick out of it.
That's right, guys. Check out Pick Dogs. And, of course, keep an eye on David Racey there. Follow his content. Fantastic writer over on the site. Sorry, David. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right. Good luck, Tony. Thank you.
You got it. David Racey here on the drive-thru. We're seeing a lot of people sign in right now. If you missed a pick, we will recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Nick Bitch Vegas asked if I ever bet on player props myself. Not a big player prop guy. I'm more of baseball, more of a deep dive guy. I have a writing background, so I like to take those really deep dives in the games. And you can probably, if you subscribe to my Paxes, you could probably read my write-ups, which are pretty lengthy, and you could tell the amount of work I put into my handicapping. And that's basically me. I just pretty much squarely focus on those 15 games from Major League Baseball every day, and that's what I do this time of the year. Of course, it'll expand as we add more sports. All right, let's continue. Although I was pretty good at Super Bowl props. If you followed me back 10, 11 years ago, I was really on it. But the Super Bowl pretty much, because the Super Bowl I had already a body of work. I remember I had some really good ones, that Seahawks game, and for the next 4 or 5 years I did really good at Super Bowl props. Stop there because, again, just getting more deeper dives into baseball. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We're going to bring in Jay Briggs, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jay in right now, ready to roll. Hope you catch the morning show here during the week at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. On weekends, it airs here at 10 a.m. Eastern. So let's go ahead and get Jay in here right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Jay Briggs. Let's see, we're set to roll here. Jay going up. Here we go. Jay, what's happening? Got you on mute there, Jay.
Sorry about that. What's happening, Tony T?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. I think I heard you in the morning, so this is one of your teams here. Blue Jays here on the road here against the Guardians. The Blue Jays favored -124. We see a total of 8.5.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are one of my teams. I do like this team quite a bit, but I also think that they're playing the better baseball right now, and I think they're going to win this game today. So I'm going to take them on the money line. Ryu, yeah, his ERA is high. You know, the Blue Jays brought him in against the O's, in my opinion, the second best team in the American League, many people's first best team in the American League, and I think it was a bad start for him in his first game back. This against a Guardians team who we know not really known for hitting, and their best hitter, Jose Ramirez, now has been suspended 3 games. I think we see them struggle, especially in this series with the Blue Jays. I just don't think their bats come to play. I think Ryu has a better start here. On the other side, I do think the Blue Jays offense will continue to show up like it has been here recently. I'm not really a Gavin Williams guy. I don't really trust him in this start. I think the Blue Jays get to him early and often. I think the Blue Jays get a win here today, so I'm going to take them on the money line.
All right, Jay says go ahead and take Blue Jays on the money line, -120 here against the Cleveland Guardians. Can't argue that when we kind of look at Cleveland. That's been their issue all season long. I think they average a little more than 3 runs a game at home, but the past 7 games, 217 batting average, 2.9 runs a game, and we're also seeing the Blue Jays bats come alive in that last series.
Yep, they sure did. The Red Sox had swept the Blue Jays this past year. It was 7-0 coming into that series, so you could tell they were motivated there, and I think some of that momentum will carry over into this series here.
All right, there we go with Jay here. Blue Jays -120 against the Guardians. This one to have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. 10 on the board. Remember, it's a rain out here. Nationals and Phillies rain out tonight. 589 units of profit. Document over at Pick Dodge Premium. Also showing profit all sports combined last 30 days, last 7 days. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a money-making 3-pack up there on the board. I did have a play in that Phillies game, and it was in that 3-pack, but I have another play that I'll interchange it with here in one 1 second. So if you do have that 3-pack, I got another play for you. So, yeah, 3 plays today. And then I also have my $19 play of the day. Dropped it yesterday, faded my Rangers with the Money Marlins. Didn't come through, but we've been on a tear on that play. We've hit 6 of our last 8, 16 of our last 24. So trying to get back on track today on that play, scoop it up $19, and let's make some money over at Pick Dogs Premium. We do have NFL preseason starting this week. I was a leading unit producer in that last year. Started off very well this year, plus unit play on the Browns. So trying to keep that rolling as well. So hop on a weekly pass if that's your thing as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results in baseball, so get on board with Jay. We know last year, fantastic results, top unit producer for preseason NFL. So a good time to get on board with Jay. His $19 premium play of the day from Major League Baseball up there, money making 3-pack. But again, we're going to say this a lot here. Well, you can get the 7-day pass, but the way Jay's running right now, especially with that preseason football, why not get that 1-month all sports pass? Get all of Jay's premium plays for the entire NFL preseason, week 1, week 2, week 3, all baseball for 30 days. And don't forget, college football week 0 is covered in that one month all sports pass. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-point capper promotion. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow, but of course we can catch you as well on the morning show, and of course that NFL show with you and Mitch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and Mitch kind of been slacking a little bit on the NFL show. We'll get back on track mainly when we get a little closer to the action. It's kind of not a lot to talk about right now, but it'll be back up shortly. And, you can catch me on the morning show Monday through Friday, and as we bring in me and Chris with Mitch. So great time in the morning. Tune in. Big Dogs.
Big Dogs indeed, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Jay's live, you're live with him to get those plays in real time. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Tony T.
You got a Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Brad Francis up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brad in on a pretty good run here over on the site. We got some more baseball coverage with Brad. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How are we doing today?
Everything's going great. All right, West Coast baseball tonight with the Giants out in Anaheim to face the Angels. San Francisco, a minus 117 favorite. We see a total of 8.5.
Yep, and I'm looking at the total here. Give me the under 8.5. I thought this number would be closer to that 8 spot. And I mean, the under has just been cashing for both of these teams as of late. For both teams, the under is 8-2 in their last 10 games. And when it comes to the Giants, I mean, the under's been money all season. The under is 63, 46, and 3 on the season for the Giants. The Giants, they win games from their bullpen. They have a very strong bullpen, ranking 3rd in the MLB, and bullpen ERA. And that's why I think these games have been low scoring for them all season. And they don't score much either. They rank 18th in total runs in the whole MLB. And when it comes to the starters, we got Sandoval on the mound for the Angels, and he's been good as of late. He's posted a 2.42 ERA in his last 4 starts. Logan Webb gets to start for the Giants, and he's been good as well this season. Comes into this one with a 3.45 ERA. So got 2 solid starters. Both teams, their bats haven't been too fiery lately, so I'm loving the under here. Give me the under 8.5.
All right, we got what Brad says going under 8.5 here in this one between San Francisco and the LA Angels, and we can say that Logan Webb is slated to go today. It's always tricky with these Giants because, man, they really shuffle their pitchers. Sometimes they use openers, but their bullpen, as you said, has been getting it done. But again, as you mentioned again, the hitting hasn't been there here for the Giants. They hit a little bit of a swoon. They struggled in that Ace series, and we're just seeing that the Giants really having struggles with at the plate.
Exactly. I mean, when you look at their lineup, there's no one really explosive. There's no one really that catches your eye in this lineup. They've still been able to win games this season, which has been surprising. But like I said, I think it's due to the pitching.
Yeah, the pitching. As a matter of fact, when they're favored here, and they're favored today, they're 35-20 to the under when favored by minus 110 or higher. That means when they've got one of their good starters out there, they get the job done and keep the runs down. Under 8.5 the play from Brad tonight at 9:30 Eastern Time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. 10 games on the board for Major League Baseball. We do have a rain out, Nationals and Phillies. Great results over the last 7 days, 605 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Go to Brad's handicapper profile page, go down to pick history. You can see all the plays documented there. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yes, sir, Tony. Yeah, we're hot right now, so it's a great time to hop on. I got a 3-pack on the site right now. All 3 of those plays will be in the MLB, so go check that out. And like you said with Jay, the 7 days it's a great time to join the 7-day pass. We got games all weekend. We got an NFL game. So, yeah, definitely check out the long-term stuff as well.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Brad Francis over at Pick Dodge Premium. Remember the 7-day pass? We've got preseason football here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's all covered as well as Brad's baseball for that 7-day period. All right, Brad, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again later in the week.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, Tony. Thank you.
Got it. Brad Francis here on the Drive Thru. Guys, again, if you miss a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. We're going to go ahead and get our game ready here for Rod. We're going to bring in Rod Zawacky. You can catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We've got some coverage tonight here from the Yankees and White Sox game from Rod. I think, let me get his card up here for you right now. We'll bring him in just a second here. Rod Zawacky. Here we go, Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. We're just tuning into the early game. It didn't matter who won the game for me. I just wanted some runs, and that's what we seen early enough. And it was over by the 5th inning, and took the Dogs for a nice walk. And now we're looking here to get another winner for the nice fine folks here on the Drive.
Yeah, nice winner there. And I think that streak might continue again tomorrow in Arizona. We'll see how that rolls.
They definitely got a good shot. Might be a little offside. The problem there is Arizona's bats have been ice cold. Can they pitch you enough? Or can the Dodgers get enough on their own?
I think Dodger pitching will help them out a little bit.
I think so too. Yeah, the Dodger pitching. Dodger bullpen is not the greatest.
It's getting taxed. They're getting taxed. I mean, Kershaw's out of the lineup. No May, no Bueller. Urias on the road has been a train wreck. So we'll leave that one for tomorrow. But we'll have you showing some cards.
Yeah, exactly. Looking like 80s hockey games. Teams winning 13 to 12.
yeah, that's what that's really what it looks like. All right, here we go tonight. Yankees and White Sox to open up a series here with the Yankees big favorites. So they got the big guy on the hill here. Their Cy Young candidate, -164, total of 8.
Yeah, definitely Yankees with Cole on the mound. He's having a great year. 10-2 with a sub-3 ERA this season and a 1.04 WHIP. Definitely been rolling right along when he's been on the mound. And on the other side, C's getting the start for the White Sox, and he definitely has not been good over the last 3 games. 0-2 with 8 ERA and a 1.95 WHIP. Definitely giving up a few runs, giving up a cool dozen over his last 12 innings of work. And then when you throw it to the bullpens definitely lead to the Yankees' advantage with a sub-2 ERA and a .74 WHIP over the last 10 games. Pitching lights out all season long as this Yankees bullpen. I think the Yankees bats do enough as they haven't been great without Judge in the lineup, and they're starting to turn things around. You can see their last 5 games batting .262 and averaging 5 runs a game. So I think they can get a few on Cease and get a lead, and then that bullpen holds things down late. Only one way to go here. I'm going to have the Yankees on the run line, and I think they win by 3 or 4. Over the White Sox here on this one.
Yeah, with all the trouble with the Yankees, the bullpen has held up over the past 10 games. They have an ERA under 2. Interesting note here, Ron here on the run line. So lay the run and a half, -106 here against the White Sox. Interesting with Cole. When when you're trying to get that Cy Young Award win here and try to get that, it matters because here's someone who, when you start piling up these Cy Young awards, then you're up in the conversation, possibly first ballot Hall of Fame. And I know he still probably has half his career left, but when you can start piling up these Cy Youngs, you can pretty much write your ticket into Cooperstown, and you don't want to ruin these opportunities.
No, exactly, and it looks like he's going to take full advantage of his opportunities to be able to get him written into the Hall of Fame as well. You look at the last 10, he hasn't given up more than 3 runs in his last 10 plus games. Just been pitching lights out here in the American League for the Yankees. Definitely been the big shining bright spot for the Yankees this season has been Cole. You have to give him the season leader for the Yankees as being the MVP, which is holding them together so far.
Yeah, he has, and it's been a struggle here for obviously the Yankees have had some issues with their starting rotation this year, and it's a shame because the bullpen's been good. The hitting's been spotty; it's been below average. But the starting pitching, with the bullpen and Cole, we see what Cortez can bring in the mound. You got to give him a little bit of work before you can really make an assessment of Cortez. But we'll see how this works down the stretch with the Yankees. But tonight, they got their man, their Cy Young Award candidate on the mound tonight. These are big outings because we're running out of starts here, Rod. Right, we're already into early August.
These are the games that the Yankees must win if they want to make any hope of making the postseason. Because this division is tough as nails, and you're already behind a bunch of teams. So you got a big hill to climb, and these are the games that almost must win for the Yankees here in this one.
There we go. Rod here on the Yankees run line. Lay the run in half, -106 against the White Sox. This one to have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, not much on the peripheral side tonight. We get some WNBA tomorrow, but just give us a brief look here at some of the CFL. I know NFL is going to be the big topic here this week, but we do have a CFL. How'd your weekend go? How do you see it come up this week? As we have, it looks like we have 4 games scheduled here.
And the CFL this week, as we started off the week good, and then you look, Toronto had their first loss this week. We had Montreal, and then Ottawa yesterday let us down. So it was a 2-2 week there in the CFL this week. And the week coming up here, there's some interesting games and some interesting lines that have popped out here already. Looking at the first one here on Thursday, you got the Winnipeg Blue Bombers taking on the Elks at home. We know what the Elks have done at home. We know what the Elks have done all season long, 0-8. 2-6 ATS, but the big news from the Elks is Trey Ford's going to get the start for the Elks in this one. He's been the quarterback they wanted to be going for the start of the season, but he got injured. And now this line, where this line is, this is a scary line. These two teams just played. Winnipeg won by 14, and now everybody's jumping on the Elks, figuring Trey Ford's going to be the savior, but the Elks have a lot more issues than just Trey Ford coming in and being the savior. I would take Winnipeg in that one. I think they still win by 2 touchdowns or more in that one. And the other one, you look, Saskatchewan starting to put things together and got a nice comeback win there against Ottawa late. I think Ottawa should have went for the touchdown instead of taking that field goal. But give it kudos to Saskatchewan to drive down the field and kick that game-winning field goal, and I think that gives them momentum. I think they keep it close with Montreal. I would take Saskatchewan here, plus the points in that one. And then as the big upset, as I said, the Argonauts had handed their first loss by Calgary. And when you look at that one, it opened as BC -6.5, and I've seen big movement on this game already to Calgary as they've moved the line to BC -5. And you know what? I think it's just a little bit of an overreaction to what Calgary did to Toronto last week. This BC team's going to be a little bit mad. The last time we seen them, they got had 50 put up on them against Winnipeg, so they're going to be a little angry. And what they've done at home this season, 3-0, 2-0-1 ATS against that number. Calgary's in trouble. They're going to lose by a touchdown plus. Take BC there. And the Boatmen, we've seen they're definitely not unstoppable. And definitely not unbeatable as they got handed their first loss. And I would take, that's just too many points again. I would take Ottawa plus the 10.5 there. I think they can keep it within a touchdown versus Toronto and the Boatmen.
There you go, Rod.
In the CFL. We'll definitely touch on it a little more later on in the week.
Touch more later on. We have games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're in the drive. We'll get some plays there from Rod as we overlap in some NFL. But again, Rod's with the peripherals. We'll get some WNBA and CFL. And I know a lot of you guys like that WNBA. It's hoops. People love the hoops. And of course, we're winding down here on the WNBA season, not too far away here as we hit the playoffs. As we're in August, and we know that's when they wrap it up here. Anything worse on the Commissioner Cup?
No, I haven't heard anything yet.
All right.
I've not heard anything.
Nothing yet on that one.
Yet.
Word on that one. Big matchup. Liberty, I believe, Aces going head to head. I think that's going to be the final. It looks that way. Liberty finally trying to.
That's
play.
What it's looking like. That's what it's and we've seen both teams have 1-1 now. I've seen that match last night. I watched it, and it's all on Asia Wilson. She got injured. They took her off the court, and then I think they barely paid her a few minutes in the second half, and that was about it. And it was complete dominance by the Liberty in the second half of that game. So it's going to be interesting to see. As long as she stays healthy, it's going to be a battle. But if she's not healthy for these Aces, I would lean with the Liberty. We're looking like they can hit the 3-ball, and they're looking for real. Watch out for the Liberty.
Liberty, they're finally, as we said the last show, they're finally playing up to those preseason expectations. They were supposed to be that super team with all their free agent signings, and we're now starting to see it come to life. All right.
Starting to gel. Yeah, watch out. Starting to gel. I watched that game, and holy man, watch out.
Yeah. Shout out to your Yankees run line on the board. You're -1.5 runs. -106 against the White Sox from Rod. Tonight's baseball pick from Rod. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. We do have that rain out tonight in Major League Baseball between the Phillies and the Nationals. That leaves us with 10 games here on the board for Major League Baseball. Your overs coming in with that Dodger and Padres. They totaled so far 19 runs as we're in the top of the 8th. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Big Dog Stream, as if we did have that over to start the day 1-0. And I have 2 plays left. One that includes my 10-star play of the day. 42-24 the last 66 days on that 10-star play of the day. Hit yesterday with the Dodgers on the run line. So head on over, scoop that up, $19. Or, as we said, many of cappers before me, grab that week pass. So much action this week. You'll have MLB. We've got NFL preseason up as well. And definitely now's the time. Jump aboard, grab that week pass. We're heating up. Nice winning day yesterday. Started off nicely today. Looking to make it a nice big week. So jump aboard as we kick the books butt. Or also take advantage of that 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1, 5 for 1, 6 for 1. As many cappers as you like. Add all that you've seen on today's show. And use all those heads. They're always better than 1, 5, 6, 7. Definitely jump aboard over at Pick Dust Premium. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off.
Save that 50% off and get that 7-day pass. Great value right now. Cover the entire preseason for this week as well as all of Rod's baseball. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Have yourself a good night, Tony. Good luck with the rest of your bets tonight as well, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Also, everybody, smash that like button. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. That way you get notified when all the content gets released over here at Big Dog. Definitely lots of, as we know, biggest free content channel going. So definitely jump aboard. We appreciate it, everybody. Have yourself a good night.
You got it. All right, Rod. Have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you next week. As Rod says, top YouTube producer, free content here on the Pick Dogs channel. Have a great night, Rod. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Catch him tomorrow here on the show with more free picks. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Guys, you miss a pick, we will recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. If anybody's going to Bet Bash tomorrow, I'll be there. Mitch will be there, although I don't know what day he'll be there, but I should be there for all the festivities. I know a big happening there in Vegas, so I'll be there. You got to have a ticket, though. If you don't have a ticket, you will not be allowed in that arena. But if you do have a ticket, say hi to me. You'll see me there. You'll see there. I believe Mitch will be there for the speed networking on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific. That's what he told me. So if you want to catch Mitch, you'll catch him there. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time for my picks. We'll get my game card up here. We're going to have to get. It's not going to be, obviously, it's not going to be Rod's pick, so let me go ahead and get the game up there. It's going to be this one, Rockies and the Brewers going head-to-head. Look at that big line there. Brewers big favorites, but not with Peralta, man. There's no way, no how you're going to allow me to go with Peralta with this game. I mean, gee, even I'll take the Rockies run, and I'll take the plus 1.5 runs. Take that plus 103 here against the Brewers. Lambert will be on the hill. Expected pitcher tonight here for this Colorado Rocky team. A sneaky team here. You know, they can take advantage of some poor pitchers in poor form, and that's what I'm counting for in this one. Lambert. When you look at Lambert, he's allowed no earned runs in 3 of his past 4 starts. Peralta, look at his past 3 starts, allowed 9 earned runs in 17 innings. Team record behind Peralta, 7-17 to the run line against losing teams. A minus 29 unit loss. Wow. 7-17 to the run line against losing teams, minus 29 unit loss. Wow. Yeah, no way, Peralta. can't do that there. So it does give 1.41 home runs per 9 innings. So I will be here on the Rockies. Take them on the run line, plus 1.5 runs here, plus 103 against the Brewers. This one to have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs. We've got a 3-pack on the board right now from Major League Baseball. I have a 3-pack bundled with my $19 premium. I also have my $19 premium sold separately, so don't buy them both. If you want my $19 premium, you can buy it standalone, or it'll be part of my 3-pack, so you make the call there. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember, I do have my long-term passes, my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just like when you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember, PICK is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Keep an eye on some of the scores. The Dodgers continue down 5-0. They've outscored the Padres 13-1 to take that 13-6 lead. Bottom of the 8th, Padres batting now, facing the Dodgers bullpen. So it looks bleak here for the Padres. It looks like they could lose 3 of 4 in a series they said they must win. So we'll see how the Padres respond. I think they're in Seattle tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Kershaw will return on Thursday. Remember, he was dealing with that shoulder inflammation. They usually do that with Kershaw. They give him a little bit of rest here and there. He'll have a little bit of a stretch run to get him ready for the playoffs. Kershaw coming back here on Thursday. Still no word on Bitler situation. We know May's out for the season. Urias goes tomorrow against Arizona, and we'll see how that rolls there. And of course, the Padres will be in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're either at home Seattle or they're at Seattle. I might have that. Actually, I can see it right now. I got my data in front of me right now. The Padres tomorrow will be in Seattle. Looks like Nick Martinez and Logan Gilbert, the listed starters tomorrow. So that's how it looks. The Dodgers will be in Arizona. Urias and Brandon Pfaadt. Pfaadt has had a lot of struggles. We're seeing about 9.5 run total. I wouldn't be surprised if we see double digits total by the time that one marinates a little bit with the public, especially the way the Dodgers have been rolling right now. It looks like they're going to be 11-0, as Rod mentioned earlier, 11-0 to the over, and they're past 11 on the road. They're just putting up runs like crazy right now, this Dodger team. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's get to the recap. All right, we start off with Brian. Brian liked the Cubs here, plus 102 against the Mets. David was on the Reds, plus 122 against the Marlins. We got Jay here on the Blue Jays, minus 120 against the Guardians. Brad liked Giants Angels under 8.5. We had Rod on the run line, lay the run and a half, minus 106 against the White Sox. I'll be in the Rockies, take the run and a half, plus 103 here against the Brewers. And the one I like the most, there's a couple. I'm going to go with Jay here on this Blue Jays team. This Guardians team really struggling at the plate. They're going to be without a bat tonight after that brawl. So we'll go with Jay on that one. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Guys, be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. They'll go with their plays here in prime time. Don't forget, always get started with the morning show here every day at during the week, I should say, at 10:30 a.m. each time. You have Mitch, you have Jay, and of course you got Chris with that morning show. Lots of content up here. Remember, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes betting tool show. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Roundtable professional bettors show as well. Ron Ramonelli with his rundown from Major League Baseball. Every game on the board. Chris has his home run prop video of the day. Jay live show as well in the mornings. We'll see when the NFL football show comes back in. Maybe we get closer to the season. We'll see that as well. Nick Mencken, Nerd Fees, Your Fees. Mike Davis live show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as well as his first 5 innings picks. Parlay videos as well from Brad Francis and Mills with his prop videos. Lots of content here, guys. Even more and more of the professional videos as well from some of the professional bettors that are also on the channel. So, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when we're live, you guys are live with us to get the plays in real time. All right, I'd like to shout out to the chat room out there. Shout out to Blake. Appreciate all your contributions, Blake. Brett being in there, Fernando Mendoza in there as well. Shout out there, Mo Harris, as well as Ranger Lyle in there. Or is it Ranger? It is Ranger Lyle, right? Nick Beat Vegas. Always great talking with you. Good night, Munchie in there. Andrew Colodzell in there as well. Yes, the Yankees are a different team with Judge back in there. Rise above anything. Took the Dodgers on the run line and the over, so a nice parlay for him there. Mitch Morber in there as well. So appreciate everyone's contributions. Sports Spins is in there as well on the chat room. So Lando 86 always with that first icon there in the morning start of the show. All right, that's going to do it here for our show, guys. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow here live at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll do it all again. That's right, Fernando. Good luck to all of us. Cash was this one tonight. All right, let's bring in our crew from tonight's show. We're going to wake